The time is 5 a.m. and this is WKYT This Morning. A Lexington murder trial is set to continue today. Testimony could get underway. We'll have details on the case straight ahead this morning.
Plus, family members of a boy who drowned in a pond at the Lexington Cemetery say something needs to be done to keep this from happening again. Their proposed changes coming up.
And a Jefferson County judge makes a special exception for a burglary suspect. What she let the man do? Coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant. It's sure good to have you with us here on this Tuesday morning as we get this day underway. A lot of folks going back to school today. Tomorrow is the big day for numerous districts throughout the region. So happy back to school.
Yeah, they're always wishing for some nice weather to kick things off school-wise, Micah.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Unfortunately, that is not the case for today, nor is it the case for tomorrow. I will tell you this, though. Heading out to the bus stop early this morning, you won't have any problems. It's coming home later on this afternoon that's going to be the problem. Defender Radar Network, there's the look outside. Things look pretty good. They feel decent. We're not going to say it feels good. We're sitting there at 74 degrees outside early this morning. 87 by the afternoon, as pretty much where we ended up yesterday. A few storms are in the forecast. It's about 40% chance of rain, so we're just back into that wet pattern the next several days. I'm going to break that down for you in your 7-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
Okay, and we will see you then.
A Lexington murder trial continues today. We could start to hear testimony.
Paris Charles is on trial. He's accused of murdering his girlfriend back in the fall of 2014. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk now, looking ahead to this day in court when we could start to hear what apparently happened here. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Since the jury was seated yesterday and we have already heard opening statements, today we are expecting to hear testimony in the gruesome murder case against this 60-year-old. Paris Charles is accused of killing his girlfriend and dismembering her body. 50-year-old Goldia Massey was reported missing back in the fall of 2014. A few weeks later, parts of her body started washing up along a 120-mile stretch of the Kentucky River. During a preliminary hearing a year and a half ago, police testified that they found large amounts of blood in Charles's home on Chatworth Drive in Lexington. Officers also told the court that they took a look at his phone records and discovered that Massey's phone stopped working when it was with Charles's phone. Investigators testified then that when they traced his phone, they found Charles was near the bridges that cross the Kentucky River when Massey was reported missing. Now, while we have already heard some brief testimony in this case, there are still so many questions that have yet to be answered. Like, why was Massey killed? What was the motive? How did she die? And where's the rest of her body? Of course, we're hoping to learn more of those answers as police take the stand again. The murder trial is expected to last 2 weeks. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. The suspects in 2 Lee County murder cases will be arraigned today. 4 people now face charges in connection to the murders. A judge set a $1 million bond for each suspect. Police found one victim's body Friday, the other Saturday. A family member of one of the victims, James Brown, says the past couple of days have not been easy. Brown's cousins asked that we not identify her because of her own ongoing legal issues. She told us she's concerned that the suspects will post bond and be back on the streets.
What do you want to see happen?
What I want to see happen, I can't see. I want them in the ground. I want them put where they just put my cousin. But by law, I can't get to do that. I want them life in prison, no parole, not getting to spend time with their family. See how they feel.
All 4 of the suspects are expected to be arraigned this morning by video in court.
Family members of a boy who drowned in a pond at Lexington Cemetery say something needs to be done to keep people from falling into the water there. Investigators say 11-year-old Shannon Davis was fishing with friends when he fell into the pond, and he is the second person to die after falling into that pond in the last week. DeShannon's family says his mother had warned him not to go back to the pond after that first drowning. While there are no fishing signs posted at the pond, the boy's family wants more to be done to keep people away from the water.
I'm hoping to get with the cemetery people, and I actually want to put a fence around the lake to where kids can't go and fish in it, or if they can go and fish, they won't fall in the lake. The lake will be protected.
Lexington cemetery officials did not want to comment for our story. Lexington police say they have talked with the cemetery about making repairs to a fence to make the pond more secure. We've learned some more details about the death of a child at a Kansas water park. Police now say the 10-year-old boy died of a neck injury that he suffered while riding the world's tallest water slide. They say he was one of 3 passengers riding in a boat on the slide. Investigators say they are still trying to figure out what led to the accident.
Firefighters are still trying to figure out what caused a fire that forced some people out of a Lexington apartment building. Firefighters say the fire started in the bedroom of an apartment on Augusta Arms on Augusta Court. That's in the Eastland area. Firefighters say a sprinkler system did cause some water damage elsewhere in the building. They say the electricity had to be shut off at 2 apartments because of the fire. We're told paramedics checked out 1 man at the scene for possible injuries.
Well, you now have more time to comment on Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin's proposal that would make changes to the Commonwealth's Medicaid program.
The original comment period ended at the end of July, but now there is a new deadline for comments, and WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Lexington with more information we need to know. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, Governor Bevin is giving people more time to comment on his proposal to change the state's Medicaid program. The comment period has been extended until 5 p.m. Friday. This according to a website devoted to the proposal. But Health and Family Services Cabinet spokeswoman Jean West says the deadline is actually Sunday. The original comment period closed on July 22nd, but the notice says the Department of Medicaid Services extended the deadline in response to the volume of comments that were submitted on the final day of the comment period, including after the 5 p.m. deadline. West says officials decided to extend the comment period last week, but did not send out a news release. She says notices are scheduled to be published in local newspapers on Thursday. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. Of course, this is a request for a waiver from the federal government, which would have to approve any changes to Medicaid in Kentucky. A Jefferson County judge has allowed a burglary suspect to see his newborn son for the first time, and it happened during a hearing. James Roeder and his wife Ashley are both co-defendants in the burglary case. Judge Amber Wolf had ordered them not to have contact with each other, and during that time, Ashley gave birth to a baby boy. On Friday, both James and Ashley had hearings in their cases, and in between the 2 hearings, Judge Wolf made an exception to her order and allowed James to see his 1-month-old baby boy.
She called my attorney up to the bench and whispered something to him, and he come to me and said, "Would you have any objections to James meeting his son?" And I said, "Absolutely not."
Making a temporary exception right in front of me on the record so that you can meet this baby. This is your son.
Judge Wolf later said when she heard James had not seen his son, she saw an opportunity to make that happen, and she didn't want to pass up on that.
Cumberland Gap National Park says vandals have damaged a piece of history there. Park leaders say the vandals carved into a Civil War cannon that's on display. They say they spent about $20,000 restoring the cannon, and they think it could cost thousands of dollars to repair the damage.
And that's an actual artillery piece. It's a part of actual history, and it's there to be enjoyed. But I got really upset and angry to see it defaced that bad.
The park says they will press charges against the vandals if they're caught. Once it's ready to be on display again, they say the cannon will be placed near the park headquarters.
Crews have been working on the University of Kentucky's new dorms at the corner of South Limestone and Avenue of Champions for a while now. But today, Holmes and Boyd Halls will open their doors just in time for the new school year. UK students start classes on August 24th, but students begin moving back into the dorms this Saturday. And school leaders got to see a piece of UK's campus history while crews were building the new residence halls. They opened up a time capsule yesterday afternoon. Leaders believe that old metal box was originally buried there back in 1958. They found it at the intersection of Limestone and Avenue of Champions, where Holmes Hall used to be. Leaders think the women who lived in Holmes Hall back then are the ones who buried the box.
And for the women who were moving into Holmes Hall, it was a way for them to leave a part of themselves there so that people like us one day could see what life was like for them and to get an idea that, you know, in 2016, they're, you know, what we see in our popular culture and how that differs from what was, you know, part of their culture.
Inside the time capsule, by the way, was a 1958 ticket to a Louis Armstrong show at Memorial Coliseum, a ticket for Keeneland, a tea bag, Band-Aids, university programs, and a tube of coral red lipstick. from back in the day.
And there was also a bobby pin in there that had disintegrated. So really, the only thing that we could tell that had disintegrated in there, I was at that time capsule unveiling yesterday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The fact that they had a Keeneland ticket is interesting, you know,
Yeah.
showing that that's very timeless.
You know, yeah, they still did that. They still do it today.
Yeah,
So
you got it. 5:10 on WKYT as you hop to it on your Tuesday. We're glad you're along. We're just getting started with the latest news.
flipping through the air, this Norwegian gymnast landed a jump worthy of a medal. We'll see the leap of a lifetime when we come back.
And in the near future, you could get your next cell phone hand-delivered to you. We'll have more on that news service coming up in about 10 minutes here on WKYT This Morning.
We have some showers and thunderstorms just to the south of us. The potential for rain each day is there, and I'm going to break it down for you coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're in the mid-70s early this morning. It's not the best feeling, but, you know, it's not all that bad. As we walk outside, kids going to school this morning, you heading off to work, parents getting those kids ready to walk out the door. No real issues in store. Maybe a little fog, patchy fog here and there, but other than that, we are good to go. It's a pretty calm start to the day. We're at 73 degrees right now in Frankfurt, in the capital city. You work your way up towards, say, 0 and 10, and then head back toward Grant County, Pendleton County. All looks well. Go down south. I'm not seeing any problems in the Lake Cumberland region, and off toward Hal Rogers Parkway. Now, yesterday, you had to get into the mountainous areas to actually pick up on some rain. I mean, deep into the mountains, because this rain really didn't make its way northbound whatsoever. So what we're going to be looking for today, rain actually making its way northbound. And that's going to be the case throughout the next several days due to the fact there is a front just to the south of us. Look at all the moisture heading our way. It's streaming toward us. It's hitting those mountains right now and just falling apart on the north side of the mountains. So we're really not expecting much during the morning hours. But what happens is moisture and energy keeps flowing northbound. And once you get into the afternoon, then you'll start to see some of those spark up in later on today. So expect temperatures there in the mid-80s and expect scattered showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Headlines for today, it's on and off the next several days. Remember, you can get some plans in, but know this, when you start to hear one of those rumbles of thunder, there's so much moisture outside. There's going to be some tropical moisture throughout the next several days. That any storm that goes up could put down some significant rainfall. You saw it yesterday down toward Bell and Harlan County, or Bell and Knox County, that is, and picked up 3 inches. I mean, just in a short amount of time. So that's just going to be the case as we travel throughout the next 6 to 7 days. 1 to 3 inches for most of us. Some higher amounts, 4 or 5 inches out of these storms as they roll on through. And that is a span, the spread throughout your weekend. Better chance this weekend because the front will start to push on through this weekend. And I'm leaning more towards Sunday as opposed to Saturday. Still something to watch out for. And another thing to watch out for, how long does this front stick through on Sunday into Monday? That's something to watch very closely because if it just kind of sticks around, which a couple of the models are saying it just kind of sits over us, that would be no doubt about it, a flash flooding threat. However, we'll already have that throughout the work week. It's isolated through the work week. The weekend, it gets a little more serious, more dangerous, is because it's going to be a little bit more widespread. So there's a lot to watch the next several days, trying to make some plans for the kids getting outside and doing whatnot heading back to school.
Okay. Well, they're going to have to stay in a study here a day or two, right?
Well, that's true. That's exactly
right. To get that new year off right, yeah. Thank you, Micah. 5:16 is our time.
An 18-year-old in Norway has taken the leap of a lifetime.
Jumping between the 2 horns of this goat-shaped landmark is a popular challenge, but the 18-year-old has taken it to a new level. In a daring move, the gymnast somersaulted from one peak to the other, and while he has done the somersault trick thousands of times before, this was something new. He says doing the jump gave him a rush, but he dreaded seeing his mom after all of that. Trying to explain himself, I guess. But it worked out this time. So, there you go. Rolling toward 5:17 now on WKYT This Morning. Hope you'll stay with us for a lot more news.
Walmart makes a big play to compete with Amazon, and your next cell phone could be hand-delivered to your door. I'm Brooke Silva-Braga in New York. Those stories and more coming up in your Money Watch report.
Welcome back in. We're up with the latest on WKYT This Morning, and glad you're along. Our time is 5:20 on your Tuesday. Walmart is buying up some of Amazon's competition, and we'll find out how much the store dished out for Jet.com.
You could get your next cell phone hand-delivered. Brooke Silva-Braga has the latest on your money.
Some of Oracle's computer systems may have been broken into. According to security expert Brian Krebs, Russian hackers may have gained access to hundreds of thousands of payment systems that retailers use. Oracle is asking the 300,000 stores that use its Micros point-of-sale system to reset their passwords after detecting malicious code. Stocks moved slightly lower Monday, the Dow losing 14 points and the Nasdaq down 7. Walmart is buying online retailer Jet.com for $3 billion plus stock. Jet was founded just last year and has quickly grown while Walmart's online sales have slumped in recent years. The combined online retailer is seen as a competitor to Amazon. And you could get your next cell phone hand delivered. AT&T and Enjoy.com are expanding the service they launched last year to 4 more cities: Miami, Houston, Atlanta, and Dallas. The free service includes an hour of help setting up that new device. And that's your Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Brooke Silva-Braga.
All right, so just await your cell phone. They'll bring it to you.
Yes. How convenient.
Yeah. 5:21 our time on WKYT on your Tuesday. Hope you'll stay with us. Our top stories are just minutes away.
And sports is up next.
UK football is dealing with a few preseason departures. We'll talk about it next in sports.
Meteorologist Micah Harris getting you updated on your weather earlier this morning. We're sitting there in the mid-70s. We travel in towards your afternoon. We'll be in the mid-80s once again today. It's not about the temperatures. Yes, the moisture is there. Yes, the humidity is up, but we'll be holding on to that for at least the next week. We'll see if that front passes through into early next week. But 87, a few storms in the forecast, scattered showers and thunderstorms will be with us. Some of these will be heavy downpours. No severe weather expected, but flash flooding, an isolated spot is a possibility as we head off into your afternoons. We just got to watch that very closely. Let's check out sports and see what's going on.
On Monday, Mark Stoops announced the departure of defensive tackle Reggie Mint. The junior has left the UK team for personal reasons. Mark Stoops saying on Monday morning that Mint would not be with the Wildcats for a while as he handles a personal issue, but Stoops did not elaborate any further. Stoops did say that he probably does not anticipate Mint to be with the team at any point this season. The UK D-line has already been an area of concern, and now it's lost its most experienced player.
Again, I ask you to just leave that lie and respect him. But it is a blow to us and our depth on the D-line, but other guys will step up, and we'll continue to do that.
Stoops also announcing yesterday morning that Darrell Long, the tight end, will be transferring in an attempt to get some more playing time. The 6'4", 245-pound sophomore from Westerville, Ohio, was third on the depth chart. Well, it was media day in Richmond for the EKU Colonels and new head coach Mark Elder. The Colonels are 4 practices into their preseason camp. Elder brings a fast-paced style of offense to EKU, but he says not to confuse that with being a finesse team. Quarterback Benny Coney likes the challenge of the new style.
Oh, it's way different. You got a lot more vertical threats. It's more faster, but it's like any other offense, but you got your little tweaks here and there.
We are going to be a tough football team. We're going to be tough. And yes, we're going to play fast, and we're going to do it from offensively a shotgun, no huddle approach. We're going to play with tremendous effort, and we're going to play excited with our hair on fire.
Gotta love that. Hair on fire. Well, meanwhile, after a sluggish start, the U.S. men's basketball Olympic team crushed Venezuela 113-69 Monday night. Paul George leading the way with 20 points. DeMarcus Cousins, just a pedestrian 6 points and 5 rebounds before fouling out. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great Tuesday.